Accommodating First Nations people in your workplace, or even Indigenous people in your workplace. That goes with explaining for itself. So I'll kind of share a story. One of my workplaces that I had were very, very accommodating. They had leave for certain ceremonies that I wanted to attend, which was awesome. But there were some workplaces that I did go to where I would say, hey, there's this very important ceremony going on. There's a shaking tent going on. There's a night lodge going on. There's a horse dance going on. Or else if I felt that person wasn't accommodating, or I didn't want to approach them, I'd say there's something very special going on. There's a ceremony going on. But for those leaders and for those supervisors who actually stood up for me, I'm thanking them, and I'm also thanking the Creator. But just know that we're very unique. For instance, even when it comes to funerals back home, they're much different back home on First Nation communities. Very different. I kind of went to one in the Utenox, like in the cities, and it was just like bang, 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 all of a sudden they're in the ground. No, us, when it comes to my home community, we usually have a wake, and I'll share something with you when it comes to that. When it comes time for a person being buried back home, that's them making their transition to their spiritual life. Even there's some places in my home community where they'll mark little plus signs on the doors with coal from the fire that's kept at where our wake is happening, because there's always a fire going on. There's always seems to be one person on a reserve that seems to be that unique person that's always watching that fire, and they take it home just so when they make that transition after they're put into the ground to not come back into the places where they were before. Because me, when I get buried, I have 4 matches in my hand that are broken in half, and I have tobacco in the other hand, or 4 smokes. That way, when I start to pass on, I go through 4 days of darkness. And in those 4 days of darkness, that's where I answer to all the things that I've done wrong in my life. And I have to answer them, because that's what I'm doing right now, is making sure that I answer to them now, because I don't want them to go to my children. I much rather pay for it. So the one that looks after me is walking beside me. And one day, each day, I can light that match. From there, I walk and I answer to all the bad things that I did in my life. And at the end of those 4 days, there's a feast for all the ones that were already there, waiting for my family members. And the one that loved you the most in your life will come and grab you when your time on this earth is gone. And I know when it comes to speaking about this death, it's very uncomfortable, but just know that it's a part of everybody's life as well. So that's just kind of one little story to understand how long a funeral is. Even on reserves, the school shuts down, workplaces shut down. Everybody kind of mourns together. It's that community that comes together. People, even if it comes to helping to go and cook, even if it goes to help to come watching the fire or coming to sing, to honor that person. It's little things like that, that we talk about reconciliation, but we must be able to accommodate Indigenous people, First Nations people, Métis people, Inuit people, and hear them and listen to them for what they have to say, for how unique their community is as well. Because it's people that are sharing like this, and I'm sharing on a medium like this so you understand. It's just a little tidbit just from my reserve to help accommodate people in your workplace. Semaga.